Namaste, and once again welcome back to another session of online mathematics class. In this session we are going to discuss exercise 6.2 of NCERT class 12 mathematics textbook. Okay, so this exercise is related to the topic increasing and decreasing functions. Okay, let's start. Here the first question is, show that the function given by f of x equal to 3x plus 17 is increasing on R. We know what is an increasing function and decreasing function. So let us revise the topic. Increasing means x1 less than x2 implies f of x1 is less than f of x2. That means as x increases, the value of f of x is also increases, then the function is called what? Increasing function. And another one is decreasing function, that is x1 less than x2 implies f of x1 is greater than f of x2. That means if the x value increases but the y value or the value of f of x decreases. Okay, that type of functions are called decreasing function. While drawing the graph, if a function is increasing, we get a curve like this. Okay, increasing curve. And for decreasing function, the function is like this. Okay, x value increases, y value also increases. Here x value increases but the y value is decreases. So first one, this is an increasing function, this is decreasing function. Okay, now we have a theorem also, that is f is increasing if f dash of x is greater than 0. If f dash of x is greater than 0, then we can say f is an increasing function, and f dash of x or the first derivative is less than 0 or negative, the function is decreasing function. Okay, and if f dash of x equal to 0, then the function is a constant function. Okay, we frequently use this theorem to solve the problems. Okay, so find f dash of x and check whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. If it is greater than 0, then we can conclude the function is increasing function, and if it is less than 0, then we can conclude decreasing function, and if f dash of x equal to 0, then we can conclude it is a constant function. Okay, now come back to the first question. Here f of x is given as 3x plus 17. So f of x is equal to 3x plus 17, and here we can find f dash of x, first order derivative, which is equal to 3, and clearly this number 3 is greater than 0. It's a positive quantity, so we can conclude it is greater than 0. That means f dash of x is greater than 0. What is if f dash of x is greater than 0? The function is increasing. Okay, by the theorem we can conclude f is increasing on R. R means the set of all real numbers. Okay, so here f is an increasing function for every real number x. Okay, for all x belongs to R. Here the second question is, show that the function given by f of x equal to e raised to 2x is increasing on R. We have to prove the function given by f of x equal to e raised to 2x is increasing on the set of real numbers. So f of x is equal to e raised to 2x, and f dash of x is equal to, we can take the derivative e raised to 2x into derivative of 2x is 2, or we can write 2 into e raised to 2x. So here we have to prove f dash of x is greater than 0 for all real x. Okay, for that we can divide the situation into three parts. So real numbers we can consider as less than 0, negative real numbers, then equal to 0, the number 0 itself, then greater than 0, that means the positive real numbers. So if x is negative, that means we can put on negative number 2 into e raised to, if x is minus 1, then it will be minus 2. Okay, and this can be written as 2 by e square. Now it is a positive value and it is greater than 0. Okay, and when x is equal to 0, it becomes 2 into e raised to 0. It is also greater than 0. The value is positive. And one more situation is greater than 0. So if x is greater than 0, let us take one example, x is equal to 2. So here 2 e raised to 2x. So 2 into e raised to 2x. 2 into 2, 4. It is also greater than 0. That means for any real values of x, f dash of x is greater than 0. So f dash of x is equal to 2 into e raised to 2x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to R. Okay. So we can conclude, therefore f is increasing on the set of real numbers. F is increasing on R. Clear? Now we move on to question number 3. Show that the function given by f of x equal to sin x is, sub question A, increasing in open interval 0 pi by 2, decreasing in open interval minus pi by 2 pi, and C, neither increasing nor decreasing in open interval 0 comma pi. So first we can find f dash of x. So here f dash of x is equal to cos x. Derivative of sin x is what? Cos x. Now you can check the first part. Increasing in 0 pi by 2. So in 0 pi by 2, 0 pi by 2 means that is in the first quadrant. Okay. Here 0, here pi by 2. Okay, 0 to pi by 2. That means first quadrant. So in first quadrant, we have to check f dash of x is equal to cos x is positive or negative. We all know in first quadrant all the trigonometric functions are positive and hence cos x is also positive. So in 0 pi by 2, that is in first quadrant, f dash of x is greater than 0. Therefore f is increasing in open interval 0 pi by 2. Okay. Now the second part is decreasing in pi by 2 pi. Pi by 2 pi. Here the value is pi by 2 and here it is pi. Pi by 2 to pi means it is in second quadrant. Okay. That means we have to check whether the function cos x is positive or negative in the second quadrant. We all know in second quadrant sine and cosec are positive. All other trigonometric functions are negative. So cos x is negative. So in open interval pi by 2 comma pi, that is in second quadrant, f dash of x is less than 0. F dash of x is equal to cos x and cos x is negative in second quadrant. So we can conclude f dash of x is less than 0 and by the theorem we can conclude it is decreasing. Therefore f is decreasing in open interval pi by 2 comma pi. Okay. Now the third part is neither increasing nor decreasing in open interval 0 pi. That means we have to consider the two quadrants together. The first and second quadrant 0 to pi. Okay. So in 0 pi by 2 the function is increasing and pi by 2 to pi the function is decreasing. So we cannot conclude if it is increasing or decreasing in the entire interval 0 comma pi. Okay. So we can conclude from A and B. Okay. From part A and part B we can conclude f is neither increasing nor decreasing in 0 pi. So the last part answer is from A and B we get f is neither increasing nor decreasing in open interval 0 pi. Understood? Here the next question is find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x is equal to 2x square minus 3x is A increasing and B decreasing. So these type of questions are frequently asked in board exams. So this is one of the important type problem in this chapter. Listen, we have to find the intervals in which the function is increasing and decreasing. So f of x is given as 2x square minus 3x. First we can find f dash of x. So here f dash of x is equal to 2x square, derivative is 4x, then minus 3x, derivative 3. Clear? Now we can find the value of x in which f dash of x is equal to 0. Okay, so f dash of x equal to 0 implies 4x minus 3 is equal to 0, or 4x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3 by 4. Okay, so using this value of x, we can find disjoint intervals from the set of real numbers. So I draw a number line, here minus infinity, here plus infinity, and in between we can mark the number 3 by 4. Okay, x equal to 3 by 4. Now we have to write disjoint intervals, minus infinity to 3 by 4 and 3 by 4 to infinity. These are the two intervals here. So we can write the intervals as minus infinity comma 3 by 4. Open interval minus infinity comma 3 by 4, and the second one is 3 by 4 to infinity. Open interval 3 by 4 comma infinity. Now we have to check the sign of f dash of x. Sign of f dash of x. Okay. Sign of f dash of x. Intervals. Then sign of f dash of x. And the conclusion, that is nature of the function f. Nature of the function f means if it is either increasing or decreasing. Okay. So sign of f dash of x, that means in the interval minus infinity comma 3 by 4, f dash of x is positive or negative, that we have to find out. Listen here. So we can take one value which lies between minus infinity and 3 by 4. You can select any number randomly. Here I choose the number 0. 0 is in between minus infinity and 3 by 4. Okay. So we can put the value here. F dash of x is 4x minus 3. So when x equal to 0, f dash of x is equal to 4 into 0, 0, 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3 is what? Minus 3. That means it is less than 0. So we can write sign of f dash of x, that is negative, that is less than 0.
And the nature of f means increasing or decreasing.
Here f dash of x is less than 0. So we can conclude it is decreasing. Okay, decreasing. Now we have to check the interval 3 by 4 to infinity. Let us take one number which is greater than 3 by 4. So here we can take the number 1. 1 is more than 3 by 4. So when x is equal to 1, f dash of x is equal to 4 into 1 is 4. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1, and clearly 1 is greater than 0. Okay, that means here the sign of f dash of x is positive and it is greater than 0. Therefore the function is increasing. Okay. So minus infinity to 3 by 4. In that interval the function is decreasing, and 3 by 4 to infinity the function is increasing. Understood? Now we move on to the next question. Find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x is equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x plus 7 is increasing and decreasing. Okay. So first we can find f dash of x. 2x cube derivative 6x square. Then 3x square, that is 6x, minus 36x, that is minus 36, and plus 7, 0. Okay. Here we can take on 6 common. So 6 into x square minus x minus 6. Okay. We can factorize this polynomial. 6 into x square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. Okay, that is 6 into, on x we can take common, x into x minus 3. Here 2 common, 2 into x minus 3. Now x minus 3 is common, so 6 into x minus 3 into x plus 2. Okay, now we can find the value of x in which f dash of x equal to 0. Okay, so f dash of x equal to 0 implies 6 into x minus 3 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. From this we get x equal to 3 or x equal to minus 2. Okay, we can find intervals. Here minus infinity, infinity. Then the points are 3 and minus 2. So we can mark it in order, minus 2 and here on 3. Okay. Now we can find disjoint intervals. Minus infinity, minus to one interval. Minus 2 to 3 another interval. And 3 to infinity one more interval. Okay. Interval here is minus infinity comma minus 2. Second one is minus 2 to 3. And the last one is 3 to infinity. So consider the first interval minus infinity comma minus 2. And we are going to check whether f dash of x is positive or negative. Okay. For that we can take a number in between minus infinity and minus 2. Let us take minus 3. Okay. Minus 3 is less than minus 2. Okay. Clearly it will lies between minus infinity comma minus 2. Okay. So when x is equal to minus 3, we can put here 6 into minus 3 minus 3. Minus 3 minus 3 is what? Minus 6. Then into minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Now what is the overall sign? Minus into minus is plus. So here the sign is positive, plus, and which is greater than 0. Therefore the function is increasing in the interval, open interval minus infinity comma minus 2. Clear? Then the next interval is minus 2 comma 3. We have to take one number in between minus 2 and 3. Minus 2 and 3 we can take 0. 0 is in between minus 2 and 3, so we can check it. When x equal to 0, you can take any other number in between these two values. Okay. So when x equal to 0, 6 into 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3 is minus 3. Then 0 plus 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. So the overall sign is minus into plus. Minus into plus is what? Minus. The sign is negative. So here we can write minus, which is less than 0. Therefore the function is decreasing. F dash of x is less than 0, which implies the function is decreasing in the particular interval. Here the interval is open interval minus 2 comma 3. Okay. Now we can take the third one, last one, 3 comma infinity. And we have to take one number. We can take 4. Okay. So when x is equal to 4, here 6 into 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. And all are positive. Therefore the overall sign is positive. So here the sign is positive, which is greater than 0. And the function is increasing. Okay. So we can conclude first sub question A is increasing. So we can write the function f of x is increasing in open interval minus infinity comma minus 2 and open interval 3 comma infinity. And for part B it is decreasing. So the function f of x is decreasing in open interval minus 2 comma 3. Clear? Now we move on to question number 6. Find the intervals in which the following functions are strictly increasing or decreasing. Okay, some sub questions are given. We have to check whether it is strictly increasing or decreasing. So these questions are also similar to the previous questions. So here I take the third sub question C. Okay, that is f of x is equal to minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. You can find f dash of x, that is minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12. Here we can take on minus 6 common, so minus 6 into x square plus 3x plus 2. Okay, now you can factorize this one, that is x plus 1 into x plus 2, x plus a into x plus b, x square plus a plus b into x, 1 plus 2, 3x, then 1 into 2, 2. Okay, x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. Then f dash of x equal to 0 implies minus 6 into x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0, which implies x equal to minus 1 or x equal to minus 2. Okay, these are the x values. Now we can write the intervals. For that, draw on number line minus infinity, infinity, and here the x values are minus 1 and minus 2. So we can write it in order minus 2, minus 1. So as in the previous question, we can write the table intervals, sign of f dash of x, then nature of the function, nature of f. Okay, so here the intervals are minus infinity comma minus 2, minus 2 comma minus 1, minus 1 comma infinity. So first of all we can take the first interval, open interval minus infinity comma minus 2, and we are going to choose some number in between minus infinity and minus 2. Let us take minus 3. Okay, and we can put here, so minus 6 into minus 3 plus 1 minus 2, minus 3 plus 2 minus 1. So minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. So the sign is minus, it is less than 0, so decreasing. Okay, f dash of x is less than 0, so the function is strictly decreasing. Then the next interval is minus 2 comma minus 1. So in between these two numbers, we have to choose one number. Okay, we can select minus 1.5. In between these two numbers, minus 1.5, we can choose it. So minus 6 into minus 1.5 plus 1, it is minus 0.5 into minus 1.5 plus 2, it is plus 0.5. So minus into minus plus, plus into plus, plus. So it is greater than 0, so it is strictly increasing. Okay, and the last one is minus 1 to infinity. We can choose the number 0. 0 is in between minus 1 and infinity. So if we put 0, we get minus 6 into 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1 into 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay, so minus into plus. Overall the sign is negative, which is less than 0. So the function is strictly decreasing. Okay, so here we can conclude, in minus infinity, minus 2 and minus 1 infinity, the function is strictly decreasing, and in the interval minus 2 comma minus 1, the function is strictly increasing. Okay. Now I choose the last sub question, x plus 1 the whole cube into x minus 3 the whole cube. So f of x is equal to x plus 1 the whole cube into x minus 3 the whole cube. We can find f dash of x first. So here we can use product rule. So first function x plus 1 the whole cube into derivative of the second function. It's in the form x cube, so 3x square. 3 into x minus 3 the whole square. Then plus second function x minus 3 the whole cube into derivative of first function. That is 3 into x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, now we can take common factors. On 3 is common, then x plus 1 the whole square is common, x minus 3 the whole square is common. The remaining is here on x plus 1 and in this term on x minus 3. So we can write 3 into x plus 1 the whole square into x minus 3 the whole square into x plus x 2x 1 minus 3 minus 2. From this we can take on 2 common. So 3 into 2 6. 6 into x plus 1 the whole square into x minus 3 the whole square into here x minus 1, because we take the common factor 2 outside. Okay. So this is f dash of x. Now we can equate this f dash of x to 0 to find the values of x. So f dash of x equal to 0 implies 6 into x plus 1 the whole square, then x minus 3 the whole square into x minus 1 is equal to 0. So from this we can find x as x is equal to minus 1. From the first term we can write x equal to minus 1. X plus 1 the whole square is equal to 0. That means x plus 1 equal to 0. From this we get x equal to minus 1. And x minus 3 the whole square. From this we get x equal to 3. And the last one is x minus 1 equal to 0, which implies x equal to 1. So minus 1, 3, 1. These are the three different values of x. So using these values, we can find the intervals. So minus infinity, infinity, then minus 1, 1 and 3. Okay. So the intervals are minus infinity, minus 1, minus 1 comma 1, 1 comma 3 and 3 comma infinity. Clear? Now the next is we have to check the sign of f dash of x in each and every interval, and we can make the conclusion. Okay. Okay, listen, we can check it one by one. First one is minus infinity comma minus 1. Look at this value of f dash of x. Here the number 6 positive, x plus 1 the whole square. So x plus 1 the whole square is positive for every value of x, because we take the square of this term. Okay. And x minus 3 the whole square, the whole term is also positive because it is a square. Okay. So here we need to check the last part only. The last term x minus 1. If it is positive or negative. Okay. First term itself it is positive. 6. The number 6 is positive. Then x plus 1 the whole square. The square is also positive. Here also x minus 3 the whole square. If you put any value for x, by taking square it becomes positive. Okay. So x minus 1. So here we can take one number which is less than minus 1. Let us take minus 2. Minus 2 minus 1. Minus 2 minus 1. Negative. Okay. Less than 0. So decreasing. Then minus 1, 1. In between minus 1 and 1, the number is 0. Okay. So 0 minus 1. It is negative. Minus, less than 0, decreasing. Then 1 to 3. Okay, we can take the number 2 in between 1 and 3. So 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. It is positive. So plus, which is greater than 0, increasing. 3 to infinity. You can take the number 4 or 5. Let it be 4. So 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. And it is positive. That is greater than 0. So the function is increasing. Okay. It's very easy. So in minus infinity, minus 1 and minus 1 comma 1, the function is strictly decreasing. And in 1 comma 3 and 3 comma infinity, the function is strictly increasing. Clear? So here there are 3 more sub questions left out. Sub question A, B and D. Okay. So it's left for you. Do it yourself. Do it as a homework. Okay. Now we move on to question number 7. Show that y equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x, where x greater than minus 1 is an increasing function throughout its domain. Here the domain is the set of all real numbers which is greater than minus 1. X is greater than minus 1. Okay. So first of all we can find the first order derivative. Here it is given as y. So we can write dy by dx. So y is equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x. So here the first order derivative dy by dx is equal to log x derivative 1 by x. So here it is 1 by 1 plus x. And in the second term we can apply quotient rule. So denominator 2 plus x into derivative of numerator and it is 2, then minus numerator into, that is 2x into derivative of denominator and it is 1, divided by square of the denominator, that is 2 plus xd whole square. So it is equal to 1 by 1 plus x, then minus, you can multiply this 2 into 2 4, then 2 into x 2x, 4 plus 2x minus 2x divided by 2 plus x the whole square, and we can cancel these two terms. So the remaining is 1 by 1 plus x, then minus 4 by 2 plus x the whole square. Okay, now we can cross multiply these terms, which is equal to 1 into 2 plus x the whole square, that is 2 plus x the whole square, then minus 4 into 1 plus x, so 4 into 1 plus x divided by product of denominators, that is 1 plus x into 2 plus x the whole square, 1 plus x into 2 plus x the whole square. Okay, you can expand this one, a plus b the whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay, 2 square 4, 2ab, 2 into 2 into x, 4x, then x square, minus 4 minus 4x, divided by 1 plus x into 2 plus x the whole square. You can cancel plus 4 and minus 4, plus 4x and minus 4x. So the remaining is x square by 1 plus x into 2 plus x the whole square. So here I am going to rewrite the terms. So x by 2 plus x the whole square. You can combine and write x by 2 plus x the whole square, and the remaining is 1 plus x on the denominator. So you can write into 1 by 1 plus x. Okay, so the first order derivative dy by dx or f dash of x is x by 2 plus x the whole square into 1 by 1 plus x. Now we have to check this is positive or negative in the given domain. Here the value is x greater than minus 1. So we have to take the values of x which is greater than minus 1. So if it is minus 1, what happened? If it is equal to minus 1, this fraction does not exist. So it is given as x greater than minus 1. You can take one value which is greater than minus 1. For example, 0. So 1 plus 0, 1 by 1, 1, positive quantity. Then another value, 1, 1 by 1 plus 1, 1 by 2, it's also positive. Then take another number, 2, 1 by 1 plus 2, 1 by 3, it's also positive. Here, no need to check this one, whole square. That means for all values of x, this term will be positive. Okay, if x is negative or positive, by taking square, it becomes positive. Clear? So we have to check the second part only. That's why we check 1 by 1 plus x only. Clear? So which is greater than 0 for all x greater than minus 1. Okay, the value dy by dx is greater than 0 for all x greater than minus 1. That means we can conclude the function y is increasing throughout its domain. So y is increasing throughout its domain. Clear? Now we move on to the next question. Find the values of x for which y is equal to x into x minus 2 the whole square is an increasing function. Given that it is an increasing function, we have to find the values of x. That means we have to find the intervals. Okay. So take the function y is equal to x into x minus 2 the whole square. First of all, we can multiply this one. X into x is x square. So x square minus 2x the whole square. Okay. Now we can take the derivative dy by dx is equal to, so this is in the form x square. So 2x. 2 into x square minus 2x into d by dx of this one. Derivative of this term, that is 2x minus 2. which is equal to 2 into, from the first term we can take on x common, so x into x minus 2, and from this we can take on 2 outside, 2 into x minus 1. Okay, so this 2 into 2 4, 4 into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Okay, 4 into x minus 1 into x minus 2, this dy by dx. Now we can equate it to 0. So dy by dx or f dash of x is equal to 0 implies 4x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from this we get x equal to 0, x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. Okay. So here we can mark the numbers minus infinity, then 0, 1, 2, infinity. So intervals are minus infinity to 0, then 0 to 1, 1 to 2 and 2 to infinity. So these are the 4 disjoint intervals. Then the second title is what? Sine of f dash of x. Here dy by dx. Then last one, nature of f. Okay. So let us check one by one as we have discussed earlier. So first of all, take the first interval minus infinity comma 0. So we can take one number in between minus infinity and 0. So we can take minus 1. Minus 1 is less than 0. So if x is minus 1, 4 into minus 1 into minus 1 minus 1, it is minus 2. Minus 1 minus 2, minus 3. Okay. So minus into minus plus, plus into minus, minus. So the overall sign is negative, which is less than 0. So decreasing. Clear. Next, consider the second interval, open interval 0, 1. So in between 0 and 1, we can take the number 0.5. So 4 into 0.5, 0.5 minus 1, minus 0.5. Then 0.5 minus 2, minus 1.5. Plus into plus, plus. Then plus into minus, minus. Minus into minus, plus. So the overall sign is positive, which is greater than 0. So the function is strictly increasing. Then 1, 2. So in between 1 and 2, we can take the number 1.5. Okay. So here 4 into 1.5. 1.5 minus 1, 0.5. 1.5 minus 2, that is minus 0.5. So the sign is negative, that is less than 0, so decreasing. Okay. Then the interval is 2, infinity. So let us take one number which is more than 2, let it be 3. Okay. So 4 into 3 into 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2 and 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. So the overall sign is positive. So plus, which is greater than 0. So the function is strictly increasing. So we can conclude in 0, 1 and 2, infinity, the function is increasing. Okay, so here the question is find the values of x for which the function is an increasing function. So here we can extract these two steps only, 0, 1 and 2, infinity, and we can make the conclusion. So what will be the conclusion? In 0, 1 and 2, infinity, the function is an increasing function. Therefore, in 0, 1 and 2, infinity, y is an increasing function. Clear? Now listen to question number 9. Prove that y is equal to 4 sin theta divided by 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing function of theta in 0, pi by 2. Okay. Here y is equal to 4 sin theta divided by 2 plus cos theta, then minus theta. Here y is a function of theta. So instead of dy by dx, we can write dy by d theta. Okay. That means differentiate the function with respect to theta. In the first term it is quotient form, so quotient rule, denominator into 2 plus cos theta into derivative of numerator 4 sin theta, that is 4 cos theta, then minus numerator into, that is 4 sin theta into derivative of denominator. Here it is 2 plus cos theta, 2 derivative 0, cos theta derivative minus sin theta, divided by square of the denominator, that is 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Now one more term is there, minus theta, so minus theta derivative minus 1. Okay, derivative of theta with respect to theta, it is 1. You can multiply this one, 4 cos theta into 2, that is 8 cos theta, then plus cos theta into 4 cos theta, that is 4 cos square theta, then minus into minus plus 4 sin square theta, and minus, this time we can cross multiply 1 into this denominator, that is 2 plus cos theta the whole square, whole divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Okay, so which is equal to 8 cos theta, then here we can take on 4 common, so plus 4 into cos square theta plus sin square theta, then minus, this we can expand, a plus b the whole square, so 4 plus 2ab, 2 2's are 4, 4 cos theta, then plus cos square theta, all divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. So now we got dy by d theta is equal to 8 cos theta plus 4 into cos square theta plus sin square theta, then minus of 4 plus 4 cos theta plus cos square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. So we can write dy by d theta is equal to 8 cos theta, then plus, here 4 into cos square theta plus sin square theta, cos square theta plus sin square theta is what? 1. So 4 into 1 is 4. Then this minus sign we can multiply, minus 4, then minus 4 cos theta minus cos square theta, whole divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Okay, you can cancel plus 4 and minus 4. Now 8 cos theta minus 4 cos theta, this 4 cos theta, minus cos square theta divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. So here we can take on cos theta common, so cos theta into 4 minus cos theta divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. Okay, now we have to check whether it is positive or negative in the interval 0, pi by 2. We know in the interval 0, pi by 2 the value of cos theta lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so in 0, pi by 2, cos theta belongs to 0, 1. The cos value lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so let us check this one. First term cos theta, so the value is lies between 0 and 1, positive quantity. Then 4 minus cos theta, from 4 we subtract a number which is less than 1. Okay, so clearly this number is positive. And 2 plus cos theta the whole square, here also we get a positive quantity. So overall the value is what? Positive. So dy by d theta is greater than 0 in 0, pi by 2. Therefore y is an increasing function. Increasing function of theta in the interval 0, pi by 2. Clear? So now we move on to the next question. Prove that the logarithmic function is increasing on open interval 0, infinity. So consider the logarithmic function as f of x is equal to log x. Okay, we can take the derivative f dash of x is equal to what? 1 by x. So now you got f dash of x is equal to 1 by x. We have to check whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. Okay. So the interval is 0 to infinity. 0 infinity means the set of all positive real numbers. Clearly the numerator, the number is positive. Okay. 1 is positive. And on the denominator there is a variable x. And instead of the variable we have to check a positive real number. 0 to infinity. So clearly the value is positive. Plus by plus, which gives plus. Okay, that means f dash of x is greater than 0 on open interval 0 comma infinity. Therefore we can conclude the logarithmic function is increasing on open interval 0 comma infinity. So it's an easy question. We can also verify this by drawing the graph. Okay, is that clear? So that's all for today. The remaining questions we will discuss in the next class. Thanks for watching. Thank you.